Yo, what's going on, guys? Mush back at it with another video. Want to talk yet another PlayStation rumor on PC. This one actually not coming from the GeForce Now Walmart Canada style leak. However, a brand new rumor that is suggesting that a Horizon multiplayer game is in development for PC and PlayStation 5. Now, the big talking point out of this report was that there's a Horizon Zero Dawn remake or remaster in the works for PlayStation 5, which is just absolutely wild. Like, why are we remaking and remastering that game? I said the same thing about The Last of Us Part 1. Like, why were we remaking that game? At least with that game, you are getting a PC release for the first time. So that is at least kind of nice. In the case with the remaster and remake, to quickly go over that, it is going to be wild if they release this on PC as well and try to snag another $50, $60 from people, because that would be insane. Like, I think you can get away with something like that on PlayStation and on console. I don't know if you can get away with that on PC. At the end of the day, they can do that, and, you know, it's people's prerogative on whether or not they want to buy it. It would be nice if it was just like a director's cut style of an upgrade. If, like, that's what we're doing, I think that's fine. $9.99, even $19.99. And hey, throw in this new multiplayer game, and I think we're rolling if that's the case. So, yeah, it will be interesting. We still need to get Horizon Forbidden West on PC, so let's, you know, not push the cart before the horse. But there is also talk of a brand new Horizon multiplayer title that is in development for both PlayStation 5 and PC, and that's the exciting part about this. Whenever I heard about Sony having more of a focus on multiplayer titles, I immediately thought, okay, for them to have the most success possible, you need to do day and date, or at least the window has to be pretty close, and you need to put multiplayer experiences on both PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, and PC for a variety of different reasons. Mainly because a multiplayer game is going to live and die by its community and how many people are invested into the experience. Well, you want more people to play the game. Ideally, you would want it on Xbox too. Obviously, Sony's probably not going to go down that route. However, they will go down the PC route. And for a Horizon multiplayer title, having that on PC, I think would be an incredibly smart idea. Not only because Horizon is now an IP that has generated some appeal from the PC consumers as well with the success of Zero Dawn, but also because, honestly, over the last decade or so, like, I don't know if this is too much of a stretch, but to me, PlayStation and the core PlayStation audience, it has kind of become like a single-player console, and I don't know if there's going to be a large number of people, comparatively speaking to PC, where a lot of that PC audience are still completely invested in not only single-player experiences, but multiplayer experiences as well. Whereas on PlayStation, it has become more of a solo console when it comes to the first-party titles. I know Call of Duty, your NBAs, your Maddens, all that stuff is still huge on PlayStation, but from that core audience standpoint, I do think multiplayer experiences that are based off of IPs that are notable, like a Horizon, I honestly think they'll resonate as much as they would on PlayStation as they do on as it would on PC, or even more so on PC, just because I think more people are down to give multiplayer games a shot, whereas I think the PlayStation, the core PlayStation audience, the audience that buys those first-party games all the time, I don't know how excited they're gonna get for a multiplayer Horizon game. I think if you have the Horizon, you know, title on it, I think it'll have some interest, but yeah, not only that, but just even all that aside, just having a larger audience of people invested into an experience, a multiplayer experience, that's a win-win across the board, especially with cross-platform play. Again, you'll want that audience invested into any multiplayer game so it has some sort of longevity. I don't know if Sony and PlayStation are going to go the free-to-play route, if it's going to be a pay-to-play title, where it's like $30, $40. I don't think you can charge $60 for a standalone multiplayer title, but hey, they did that with MAG back in, what was it, 2011, 2010, so I don't put anything out of the realm of possibility. I think the idea of bundling the Horizon Zero Dawn remaster, remake, whatever you want to call it, whatever it ends up being, and this multiplayer experience into one package, you can then kinda, you know, sorta get away with the $50 price tag. Even then it would be kind of egregious, but yeah, I think that would be the best way to go to give people a, you know, a content-filled experience and something that's at least worth the money. I know your mileage may vary on that one, but at the same time, Sony can still generate a lot of revenue. I'm sure ultimately for multiplayer titles, they are thinking how they can also monetize those games in the long term. I fully expect microtransactions, in-game purchases, all that kind of stuff when it comes to a multiplayer title. So price point will be interesting if they do want to go the free-to-play model, or if they do just want to straight up charge to play the game. I mean, with a free-to-play model, you can still require people to have a PlayStation Plus subscription, so that's an option. A lot of different ways you can go about doing things. The online multiplayer project is said to feature customization around the various tribes of the Horizon franchise. However, those details were not verified by MP First Yet, who were the original reporters. This was corroborated by a bunch of different sources. VGC had corroborated it, and also Gamatsu had received a document featuring several announced and unannounced PlayStation projects, including this remastered Horizon Zero Dawn for PS5, only noted to be PS5, and then also this Horizon Online multiplayer project for PlayStation 5 and PC. Again, a multiplayer title being available cross-platform. Ideally, you would want to get it on Xbox as well, but I can understand why why Sony themselves would not want an IP like Horizon available on an Xbox platform as well. But interested about it, I think a Horizon multiplayer game can be pretty cool. I see a lot of people down on it, but I've been saying for a long time, PlayStation and Sony really needs to figure out a way to create compelling and big multiplayer titles. Like, there was a time where I was knee-deep into the Killzone 2 lifestyle, and those days are long, long behind us. However, Killzone, I don't know if you're ready to do that, although Killzone 2 Remake, I think, would do incredibly well, and if you're going to remake every game under the sun, why not remake a Killzone 2 and put it on PC as well? I think it would do very well on PC. But nonetheless, I think Horizon is, like, one of Sony's biggest IPs right now. Like, really, you put Horizon among The Last of Us's and the God of War and the Spider-Mans, honestly. You look at those sales numbers for Horizon Zero Dawn, they were staggeringly high, so I fully expect a multiplayer title to at least do reasonably well. Again, when it comes to multiplayer games, longevity is everything. You see these multiplayer games come out all the time where they have a big impact for the first week, for the first 3 weeks, first month, and then it's a formality that 99% of multiplayer titles are going to fall off. But how hard are you going to fall off? What is that stabilization point where you have this amount of core people, this core audience playing the game, and then you can entice people jumping back in via various updates, expansions, but those are going to be people that come in and then probably get out, after a certain period of time. But you need to have a core audience that is consistently playing the game, and, it's always going to be a balancing act in that case. And then, how are you going to handle the monetization elements? How are you going to keep the game going and, generating revenue? Because we all know when it comes to Sony, it's about making that green, because you see these price points these days. Last of Us, $70, Sackboy, $60, Uncharted, $50 on PC. I could go on and on, but definitely interested to hear what you guys think in the comments section down below. I am cautiously optimistic about an online multiplayer game for Horizon. The remaster or remake, I just think is memes, but if they price it accordingly, I still see it doing pretty well. And honestly, even if they price it at $70, I think there is just enough people with disposable income, and the undertaking in terms of actually remastering the game is probably nothing, so yeah, they'll probably make a lot of money off of it. But that's going to do it for me. Let me know all your thoughts in the comments section down below. As always, thanks for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.